Hey guys, welcome to Movement Monday. So this week I want to introduce one of my favourite movements to throw into an efficient warm-up. Okay, the reason I think it's one of probably the best movements for this is that it normally kills two birds with one stone. So if you've got movements that allow you to activate as well as mobilise muscles and joints around the body, they're the best ones to throw in those warm-ups, because you know, we want a warm-up every session we come into. Okay, we want to make sure that we're spending at least 5 minutes and maximum of about 15 to 20 minutes getting ready for the session itself, rather than just going straight into it cold, especially as we get beyond our sort of late 20s, early 30s. You know, the joints are a little more sort of stiff, and it takes a little bit longer to get into that session to get warmed up, and especially when the weather is like this, when it's freezing cold. You know, that takes that little bit longer to go as well. But generally speaking, most people want to be warming up in about 5 to 10 minutes, just getting some movement going and getting the joints lubricated and take it from there. So this movement here is a perfect one to throw into those short, sharp warm-ups when you don't have much time, okay? But it's also a good movement to just generally be able to do. And the reason it's great is because it not only, as I say, mobilises those hips, which are normally a problem area for a lot of people. They do get fairly tight, especially when you train and start working hard, but also people that spend a lot of time sitting down at work and all the rest of it, the hips can suffer quite badly. So this one not only opens up those hips, but also activates then the glutes, and the glutes are a massively important muscle to activate. If you're looking to activate, you know, a few muscles with any warm-up you do, the glutes, the quads and the upper back are probably the three most important muscle groups to make sure that are activated and ready to go, because they will keep you in those good positions from there. So at least those three muscle groups should be looked at within the session. So this one, obviously, it not only mobilises those hips, but it also activates those glutes as well. So it's a real efficient movement and gets the job done. So the movement we're talking about is the fire hydrant. Now the reason it's called a fire hydrant, as you'll see in a minute, it represents a dog, or what a dog would do next to a fire hydrant in especially, well, I suppose in America, not so much in this country, but that's where I learned it from American coaches. So it probably is called something else. So again, forgive me if it is, but this is what I refer to it as and how I personally do it myself. So the idea, the setup and everything else, I'll set you down here. The main idea with these guys is you want to just make sure you've got a bit of space behind you and you're in check from there. You go down into the all-four position from the knees to the hands into a nice solid position from there. And then the idea is basically you're going to open out the hip and then get the glutes to fire and activate to bring the leg back. So you'll see from here, you raise the knee out, go as high as you can, try not to pull yourself in an uncomfortable position. The goal is just to open out the hips from there and then squeezing the glutes, straightening the leg up behind and then controlling back down, okay? And then you'll go for about 5 to 10 repetitions on there each side, okay? So raise it up, squeeze the glute out, bring it back down, and then when you swap over to the other side, you just go the opposite way. Squeeze out to the top, control back down. So it's a nice controlled movement all the way. Don't start swinging it about and trying not to hold on to the positions. It should all be about controlled movement, feeling the muscles work and feeling the joint sort of open out as you're doing it, okay? So my hips feel a little bit better already, just from those few reps we've done there. But as you can see, a really simple movement that can be done pretty much anywhere. And if you throw that in, as I say, of a couple of other sort of activation and mobilisation movements, for example, things like dislocates, band pull apart, things like that, they're going to open up the shoulders and do the upper back. It'll pretty much, you know, hit 90% of the movements that you want to do to get ready for a session, in pretty much any session in that sense, okay? So the key points really to take away from it is that, you know, you keep the core nice and solid, you're raising under control, you squeeze the glute under control, you're not trying to rush the movement, and try and feel that glute as you're going back. You've got to squeeze that glute, really try and activate it and hit that muscle group, and that should then open up the hip a little bit more and make you feel a little bit better in the hips from there. It's a great one just to throw in, as I say, if you're feeling pretty tight in the hips, just drop down, do 10 each side. It will open those hips right back out any time of the day. It can be done anywhere. Obviously, you know, the less in public, the better. You know, I don't know what people will think if you drop down in the middle of a train and start trying to do some fire hydrants from there. But, you know, anywhere you can get that movement in, you know, try and throw it in through your day, because it really does help just make you feel a little bit better and get you moving a bit better as well. Okay, guys? So any questions, any movements, anything else that you'd want me to go through, obviously just comment below, speak to me in person, or give me an email from there, guys. Hope you have an awesome week. I'll see you guys through the week. Just be awesome. Catch you later, guys.